What if I told you that the one thing you're desperately trying to avoid every single day, the thing that makes you reach for your phone in panic, the thing that feels like pure torture when it hits you, is actually the secret superpower that every successful, creative, and genuinely happy person has learned to master? I'm talking about boredom. Harvard researchers put people in a room for just 15 minutes, nothing to do, just sit there with their thoughts. But they gave them one option, a button that would deliver a painful electric shock. And 67% of men and 25% of women chose to literally hurt themselves rather than be bored for 15 minutes. We would rather experience physical pain than be alone with our own minds. That's not normal. That's not how humans are supposed to work. You might be thinking, that's crazy, I would never do that, but you're already doing something worse. Right now, as I'm talking to you, I guarantee your brain is fighting the urge to check something, to scroll, to click away. You're literally addicted to avoiding your own thoughts, and it's destroying your life in ways you don't even realize yet. Let me paint a picture of your life right now. You wake up, and within 30 seconds, maybe less, you're reaching for your phone. Elevator ride, phone. Waiting for coffee, phone. Walking to the bathroom, phone. Even brushing your teeth, yep, phone. You've trained yourself to never ever face a moment of mental quiet. And deep down, you know this isn't right. You know something's missing. You feel restless, unfocused, like you're constantly searching for something, but you don't even know what it is. You have all this entertainment, all this connection, all this information at your fingertips. You should be happier than any generation in human history, so why do you feel so empty? Why does life feel so flat? Here's what's really happening, and it's scarier than you think. Every time you feel that tiny moment of boredom coming on, that little pause, that brief silence in your mind, and you immediately grab your phone, you're literally training your brain to run away from itself. You're becoming afraid of your own thoughts, and the consequences are devastating. Depression rates have skyrocketed 60% since smartphones became mainstream. Anxiety is through the roof. We're more connected than ever, but lonelier than ever. Your relationships are dying. You sit across from people you love, but you're both staring at screens. When's the last time you looked someone in the eyes for more than 10 seconds without feeling weird about it? Your creativity is being suffocated. When did you last have an original thought that wasn't a reaction to something you saw online? When did you last solve a problem through your own thinking instead of just Googling the answer? You're losing your sense of self. You don't even know who you are anymore because you never spend time alone with your own mind. You know this is happening. You can feel yourself getting more scattered, more anxious, more dependent on that little device in your pocket. Every time you try to put it down, your brain starts screaming like a toddler having a meltdown. I recently discovered something that changed everything for me, and I'm about to reveal the exact scientific mechanism that explains why you feel empty, why you can't focus, and why your phone is literally hijacking your brain's happiness system. There's a part of your brain called the default mode network, and this is going to blow your mind. It's basically your mental screensaver, but instead of pretty pictures, it does something incredible. When you're not actively focused on anything, this network switches on and starts processing your life, connecting dots you didn't know existed, solving problems in the background, and helping you figure out who you are and what you actually want. But it only activates when you're completely unstimulated. When you're bored, every time you grab your phone to avoid boredom, you're literally blocking your brain from doing its most important work. You're interrupting the exact process that creates meaning, purpose, and genuine happiness. So I decided to run the most brutal experiment of my life. For 2 weeks, I would eliminate my phone from 3 specific situations. What happened next was so shocking that I almost didn't believe it myself. The first 3 days were absolute torture. My brain felt like it was literally screaming at me. I'd reach for my phone dozens of times out of pure habit. I felt anxious, restless, like something was fundamentally wrong with me. But on day 4, sitting with my coffee, no phone, just staring out the window, my mind started working in a way it hadn't in years. Suddenly, I was thinking about this research project I'd been stuck on for months, and out of nowhere, boom, I saw a completely different approach. The solution was so obvious I couldn't believe I'd missed it. By the end of week 1, 3 major breakthroughs at work, an idea for the book I'd been trying to write for years, and the most meaningful conversation with my wife that we'd had in months because I was actually present for it. Week 2 was even more incredible. My mind started generating ideas that genuinely surprised me. I remembered dreams I'd completely forgotten about. I started noticing things about my life that had been invisible for years. Here's what I discovered. Your brain is designed to be brilliant, but you've been interrupting its genius with constant stimulation. Those breakthrough moments, those flashes of clarity about what you really want, they're all waiting for you in the quiet spaces you've been desperately avoiding. Now what I'm about to show you is going to sound too good to be true, But I've tested this with myself and results are so consistent it's almost scary. When you stop running from boredom and start embracing it, incredible things happen. Your creativity doesn't just improve, it explodes. Lin-Manuel Miranda got the idea for Hamilton while reading a book on vacation. J.K. Rowling dreamed up Harry Potter during a delayed train ride. Einstein's greatest insights came during his daily walks. Your next breakthrough isn't hiding in your Instagram feed, it's waiting for some mental quiet. Second, your relationships transform completely. When you can actually be present with people, without that constant itch to check your phone, something magical happens. Conversations become real again. You start seeing the people in your life instead of just existing alongside them. One person told me, it's like everyone in my life became more interesting overnight. When your brain gets comfortable with quiet, you don't just become less bored with life, you become fascinated by things you used to ignore. Your job becomes more interesting, daily experiences become richer. You start noticing beauty, details, possibilities that were invisible before. I'm not telling you to throw your phone in a drawer and become a monk. That's not realistic, but I am going to give you a practical system that can transform your relationship with boredom and honestly, your entire life. It's called the Progressive Boredom Challenge. Start small, no devices during meals. When you're waiting somewhere, for coffee, at a traffic light, in an elevator, resist the urge to immediately reach for stimulation. Just wait, just be. Create longer pockets of unstimulated time. Take a 10-minute walk without podcasts or music. Sit with your morning coffee for 15 minutes without checking anything. Then try a full hour of no devices. Maybe it's your first hour after waking up. Maybe it's an hour before bed. Use this time for whatever comes naturally, thinking, gentle movement, actual conversations with people you live with. The key is to start where it feels challenging but not impossible. Your brain will resist at first. It'll feel like children screaming in your head because that's literally your dopamine system demanding its fix. But push through that initial discomfort and something incredible starts happening. Your mind begins to settle, ideas start flowing, problems that seemed impossible begin revealing solutions. You start having thoughts that are actually yours, not reactions to someone else's content. So here's what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. For the next 7 days before you touch your phone in the morning, I want you to sit with your coffee or tea for just 10 minutes. No devices, no distractions, no planning your day. Just sit and see what your mind wants to tell you when everything else gets quiet. Set a timer if you need to, but don't look at your phone to do it. Use an actual alarm clock or ask someone else to time you. And here's the important part. Don't try to meditate or force profound thoughts. Just be. Let your mind go wherever it wants to go. Some days you'll have brilliant insights. Other days you'll just think about random stuff. Both are perfect. If you take this challenge seriously, if you push through that initial discomfort, you will tell me the same thing. I can't believe what I was missing. I feel like myself again. I had forgotten how to think. Your best ideas, your deepest connections, your clearest sense of purpose, they're all waiting for you on the other side of boredom. But you have to be brave enough to face those 10 minutes of quiet. So, are you ready to reclaim your mind? Are you ready to discover what you're actually capable of when you stop running from yourself? Start tomorrow morning. 10 minutes, 1 cup of coffee, 0 devices. Your future self is going to thank you.